I'm Jory from Utah, and we're going to be talking about how to change out hinges on a cabinet. Okay, when we're changing out our hinges, most of the time people will change them out because they are bent or flexed, their doors are uneven, whatever it might be. If you need to change out your hinges, we're just going to unscrew the back. And what this hinge is here is it's called a bloom hinge. What's important with that, I guess, is just to make sure that your hinges that you're replacing don't have to be the same kind. But this hole that's right here actually has to be bored the same as the hinge you're putting in there. So it would be important to kind of double check the hinge you're putting in there before you, or the hinge you're replacing before you buy a new one, because you don't want to go buy a hinge and then have to go and replace it. These two things are actually just to hold the screw in there tighter. So if you're replacing a similar type of a hinge, if you're going to replace a bloom hinge with a bloom hinge, that's no problem at all. You can actually leave those in there because they will actually be enclosed right on the back side of that hinge right there. So the boring is actually important as far as the functionality of your door. So we just pull them out and we put the new one back on and put the screws back in. Oh. Put your screws back in. And also don't over tighten them, don't strip your screws, because then if you have to replace them again, we'll have problems. Most people with children end up having hinges they have to replace. That's kind of a typical thing. So it's important to understand what your hinge does and how it functions. You may not have to actually unscrew it from the wall, or from the cabinet, I mean, depending on what type of hinge you have. I'm Jory from Utah, and we've just talked about how to change out hinges on a cabinet.